Okay, number 3 is a blast to the past on drawing Lewis structures. Draw the Lewis structure for a covalent compound, and the two I gave you are water and carbon dioxide. So first of all, you should know water's formula is H2O, carbon dioxide CO2, and the general process I follow is I add up all my electrons. So I have 2 hydrogen, each with 1 valence electron. I have 1 oxygen with 6 valence electrons. So I've got 8 electrons to make this compound stable. So oxygen's my center electron because hydrogen can't be. So I go ahead and put the oxygen in the middle, and I attach each hydrogen with just a single bond, and then I look and see how many lone pairs each atom needs. Well, hydrogen doesn't need any lone pairs. It's tiny. It only gets 1 bond or 2 electrons. But oxygen needs 2 more pair to have a total of 8. And then I have to see, did I use more electrons than I have, or did things work out okay? And when I count, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. So this is my Lewis structure for water. Now this would be the exact same thing if you drew it with the lone pair above and below. That's correct too. You're just looking at it from 2 different angles. Carbon dioxide, I have 4 electrons from the carbon, 4 valence electrons, and then I have 6 from each oxygen, so I've got 16 electrons. So now when I put carbon in the middle and attach the oxygen, this time when I add my lone pair, I need 6 around the oxygen, 2 more pair or 4 around the carbon, and 6 on this oxygen. And now when you count up, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I used 20 electrons and I don't have 20. So that means I'm short 4 electrons. Well, the way you make up for being short electrons is you share more. If I share another pair right here, then I don't need this, I don't need this lone pair, and I don't need that lone pair. And if I share another pair over here, then I don't need that lone pair up there or that lone pair up there. So now when I look, oxygen has 2, 4, 6, 8 around it. Carbon has 4 bonds or 8 electrons around it. The other oxygen has 8. And if I actually count up electrons, I've only used 16. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So that's how I know carbon is double bonded to each oxygen. And that's about the level of difficulty you'll get for structure tomorrow. You won't get an exception, like an expanded octet. You won't get any of the oddball ones. So what I like to be able to do is to draw it, and then once you draw it, be able to know if it's got polarity and what kind of shape it has, which are the next couple objectives.